What is the reduced form of the given fraction 40 over 60? Is it letter A, 1/4, or letter B, 2/3, or letter C, 4/6, or letter D, 20 over 30? What is your answer?
Hi there, I'm Jason, and you're watching.
Jason! 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 Jason!
So in reducing fraction, all we just need to do is to first find the GCF of the numerator and the denominator. So we have here the numerator is 40 and the denominator is 60. So we will be looking for their GCF first, or greatest common factor. So the greatest common factor of 40 and 60 is 20. And after that, we will be using this 20 as the divisor of the numerator and the denominator. So in other words, we will be dividing the numerator and the denominator by their GCF, which is 20. So let's copy 40 over 60 divided by 20 over 20. So we will be dividing again the numerator by the GCF 20 as well as the denominator 60 by its GCF 20. Because technically speaking, if you are going to divide 40 over 60 by 20 over 20, so the answer will just be equivalent to 40 over 60, because 20 over 20 is just equal to 1. So diba, if you're gonna divide any number by 1, so the answer is just the number itself, right? So that's basically the reason behind reducing fraction. So let's proceed. 40 divided by 20, the answer is 2. And 60 divided by 20, the answer is 3. So therefore, the reduced form of the given fraction 40 over 60 is 2/3. So the answer for the question of the day is letter B, 2/3. Alright? Now let's have more examples for you to understand this concept, reducing of fractions, better. So let's try to reduce 10 over 90. So again, we're going to look first for their GCF. So the GCF of 10 and 90 is, of course, 10. And then we're going to divide the numerator and the denominator by their GCF. So 10 over 90 divided by 10 over 10. So 10 over 10, or 10 divided by 10, that is just equal to 1. And then 90 divided by 10, that is 9. So therefore, 10 over 90 is just equal to 1 over 9, or its reduced form is 1 over 9. Alright? Now let's have more. What about this? 35 over 56. We're going to reduce this again. So again, let's look for their GCF. So the GCF of 35 and 56 is 7. And then we're gonna divide the numerator and the denominator by the GCF 7. So 35 over 56 divided by 7 over 7. So 35 divided by 7, that's 5. And then 56 divided by 7, that's 8. So therefore, the reduced form, or the lowest form of 35 over 56 is 5 over 8. Now, what about this? Let's reduce 27 over 36 to its lowest form. So the GCF of 27 and 36 is, of course, 9. So let's divide 27 over 36 by 9 over 9. So 27 divided by 9, that's 3. And then 36 divided by 9, that's 4. So therefore, the lowest form of 27 over 36 is 3/4. Now, what about this? So what if you do not know the GCF of a particular fraction, or of the numerator and the denominator? So but what if wala ka kaibaw sa ilang greatest common factor? So what are you gonna do? So in reducing the fraction, so just look for any number that can both divide the numerator and the denominator, wherein their answer is a whole number. So whether that number is their greatest common factor, or basta kay, as long as that the numerator and the denominator are both divisible by that particular number. So for example, this one. So 64 over 80, the number that you've taken or you've chosen as their factor is 8. So 8 is definitely not the GCF of 64 and 80. But in your first attempt, so you thought that 8 is your or 8 is the GCF of 64 and 80. So just do the same procedure. So just divide the numerator as well as the denominator by your chosen common factor. So 64 over 80 divided by 8 over 8. So 64 divided by 8, that's 8. And then 80 divided by 8, that's 10. Now, try to look or analyze at your answer. Say 8 over 10. As what you can see, there is still a number that can divide both 8 and 10, right? So because they are both even integers or even numbers. So diba, if they are even numbers, they are both divisible by 2. So dividan pa po na nimo o balik og 2. So divided by 2 over 2. So 8 divided by 2, that's 4. And then 10 divided by 2, that's 5. And you ask yourself, is there any number aside from 1 that could divide the numerator and the denominator wherein the answer is a whole number? So if wala na, then this will be your final answer. So again, if wala mo kahibaw sa greatest common factor of the numerator and the denominator, all you just need to do is just to think of any number that could divide both the numerator and the denominator wherein their answer is a whole number. And then you have to evaluate your answer. So if your answer is still reducible, so if there is any number that could divide the numerator and the denominator, so you have to perform or redo the procedures. So that's just basically how you reduce fractions, all right? Now, this time, try to answer this. So try to reduce the given fraction to its lowest form. So get the lowest form of the fraction 54 over 81. And then you may comment your answer in the comment section below. That's all for now. Thank you, more power, and let's keep learning.